Well, if you were a patient about to undergo brain surgery, it would be very reassuring to know your doctor had practiced ahead of time, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to Ellen Wright in Halifax this week. The 48-year-old woman went through an operation to remove a tumor inside her head. Her doctor used breakthrough Canadian technology to do a dry run of the procedure. CBC reporter Elizabeth Chu reports from Halifax.
Ellen Wright is doing great. She was discharged from the hospital yesterday, just one day after her real surgery, and today she was at a news conference. She got behind the controls of the virtual reality brain surgery simulator, and she was able to try it out. Now, Ellen Wright had a non-cancerous brain tumor that was causing her migraines and dizzy spells, so she was really quite uncomfortable, but she had to weigh that discomfort with the risk of brain surgery, and in this case that could have meant the fact that she might not be able to speak after surgery, but because the brain tumor is located next to that region of her brain. But thanks to the simulator, her doctor, her neurosurgeon, Dr. David Clark, was able to rehearse the surgery for several hours before the real thing, and both the virtual surgery and the real surgery went off without a hitch. Today, Ellen Wright is not only talking, but she's on her way back home. What makes this simulator so unique is what makes it work for patients. In this case, Ellen Wright's anatomical information of her brain was taken in an MRI scan, and that information was plugged into a software program that was able to create a virtual version of her brain. Now, the other half of the simulator is the part that Dr. David Clark was able to operate. He basically got behind the simulator and was able to wield an instrument that mimics an ultrasonic aspirator. And as he pushed into the virtual brain, he was able to feel what it would be like to pulverize and actually vacuum up the tumor. He could feel the brain sort of pushing back, and for him that's obviously very important as he rehearses the brain surgery. Also, the simulator is able to superimpose images, the spots, the areas of her brain that control the speech. So if Dr. Clark was accidentally to touch one of those areas that would control speech, obviously in a real surgery that would be a problem, but in a virtual surgery all he has to do is press the reset button and start the surgery over again, the virtual surgery, and he was able to practice that before the real thing.